consider liking, sharing, and definitely subscribing to the platform. And if you're a member of the channel, bless up to you lovely people. And how to become a member, please do click the join button. YouTube will help you along the lines. So as I saw by the title, Jamaica best suited 23s. We're gonna have that discussion. We're going to look at both ladies football, that is USWNT versus Jamaica Reggae Girls should be playing tonight. I will give you some update on that game because I wanted to do the game, but because of some things that I have to do, I might can't get to do that game. But at the end of the day, I will talk about it, preview, and also do the post-match on it if I don't get a chance to do the game. All right, so we have Lamar in the building. Big up yourself. Thanks for being here. Massive respect. Let me make sure to put the like thingy so we can go forward. All right, so let me put it right there. All right, and as you guys know, it's always like a shorter version video once we are doing it this way, due to the fact that we are on the road and we're just trying to drop something to give you guys the information that we do have. And I might not return, even though I even have Nigeria as well to do, but I just don't have the time to get it done. So anyways, we have a lot of good performances. Yeah, I would say in the context, yes, good performances from a lot of players. So it really pushed the fans up to some ridiculous levels. For me, I heard people saying all sorts of stuff, you know, who should come out of the team and who should stay. But I've always said the way I evaluate football, maybe it's not from a fan's perspective. So I might not say the things that you would love. All right, yes. And I'm totally okay with that. Stets, big up yourself. Thanks for being here. Parky in the house as well. Thanks for being here. So with the suited argument, it simply means that my approach is what is best suited for the opponents at hand. Because a shocker to a lot of people, not every players are for every opponent. All right, because that's why if you claim that a player has a weakness, you should look at, okay, what's his strengths and what's his weaknesses as well, and then you put that in the conversation to say that, okay, all right, then this means my player is a sure starter over here, or my player is not a sure starter. You understand me? I'm surprised that people never really went into that box, because every time they are talking about their players, they are talking about what their players are strong at or what they are not strong at. You understand me? And I'm very, very surprised that people never factor those things in. Triple E, big of yourself. All right. And Ricardo Miller in the house as well. Lamar said Liam Bailey should be dropped. No. I'm going to talk about Liam Bailey because his transfer is gathering steam as well. But I just wanted to put that part of the conversation. I just want to put it in front just for you guys to see where I'm trying to lead towards my argument and how I actually do pickups. All right. Tycoon in the house. Big up yourself. Thanks for being here. One love. Check in as well. Massive respect as you guys come in. Please do stomp up the like button. Please do give your takes on all of the topics. All right, so yesterday we did not broke, but we did put a video on our platform. Did it in a live stream format, so we could have had the conversation with you guys and hear your take about Liam Bailey. Liam Bailey could be going to Saudi, and it's looking like that more and more. All right, my name is Ricardo. All right, massive respect. Hope all is well with you, Lee. All right, it's gathering steam now. All right, I've asked persons inside the chat, what are your takes on it? A lot, it's kind of divided. A lot of people said that, listen to me, he's making off of that money as to what he would have gone there to make, obviously because of tax deduction and all of those stuffs, which is fair. And some said it's generational wealth, and some said, listen to me, I don't really believe in that style so much. If you're a footballer and it's football reasons you played football for, it's easy You wouldn't take that deal. That's what people said to me, you know. So it was kind of all over the place, how people viewed things, which I'm okay with that, because that shows me that we have a much more diverse fan base that's thinking from all angles, not just one side, which is very, very good. So I'm proud of that video yesterday, and you guys showed up and showed out. All right. um I gave my take on it as well, so you can go and watch that. But it looks like they are the leading ones. LB said it's a profession, not a roast. What you mean by that? Can you expand on that? You know, can you expand on it? Let me know. Um, it looks like that's where he's going to end up, in my opinion, people. I heard a few people from Germany, a few teams from Germany wanted to get involved, but clearly they're not going to match his salary and all of those stuffs. They're not going to do those things at this point. So it might come off a little bit different and harder to complete, all right, because of the amount of money the opponent, I would say, because obviously they're bidding for the same project, all right, yes, which is Leon Bailey. And it looks like they're not going to match those things, because what they have to match is to say that they are professional football to give him, you understand me? And it looks like the money talks. LB said it's his job, not a side hustle, so he has to maximize his earnings. Okay, so people talked yesterday on, you said his earnings, like the way you put it, right? You said his earnings. So what would you say about the people them thinking that you go into bigger clubs and because it's your profession, you want to maximize how far you go in that profession, not necessarily how much you earned out of that profession? Because if you win the Champions League and you get 20 extra million dollars, I think the winning the Champions League live longer than getting the 20 million. You understand me? That's and I can't wrong people of thinking that way. What would be your pushback on that side? I think both of you guys have an argument, you know, on the money side, and on the achievement side. You cannot, LB, you cannot speak on as if like the achievement doesn't mean anything, because everybody goes in. I rarely hear people looking at the job first and not liking the job first. You understand me? And then talking about the salary of the job only. Because in order for you to stay at that job, you have to actually like the job, rather than just the salary. And if you like something, you would want to achieve its best feat. You understand me? You would want it, so you can't rule out one side just to look at one side. Let me know if you agree with our statements, LB. All right, he's not young enough to achieve much more in terms of trophy. Oh my God, 27 is not young. Well, LB, I wanted to go and tell Ronaldo that he's old. You might lose a part of your body. From the great Ronaldo. All right, we have Gmails in those. Big up yourself. Thanks for being here. Alj said everyone wants self-actualize, not about money alone. All right, so Alj is the king of the Bailey cult, you know. And Alj not really giving all of it up, LB. You know, good morning to Owen in the building. Massive respect. All right, yeah, but massive respect. All the lovely one them coming in. All right, so that is Leon Bailey. 27, a good age. No, 27, they said you just entered your prime. You just actually entered your prime, you know, in football years. That's what they said. It's 27. That's when they actually entered the prime. So the fact that he said he doesn't have much more years, and it's actually when you actually entered your prime, based on what scientists said before and all of those stuff. You know, so I'm surprised that that's the way he looked at it. You know, this move will be short-lived. That's what Lamar said. Omar Fowling, big of yourself. Thanks for being here. How you doing? All right, prime. For who isn't injury prone. So Owen changed it a lot. around, or flipped it around and said, who isn't injury prone, that's what their prime is. But Liam Bailey prime came a long time ago. Wow. All right. Good morning, Winston Rodney. Big up yourself. We are talking Leon Bailey, and we pretty much done on the Leon Bailey subject because we already talked on him for almost 2 hours yesterday. It's just because articles kept coming out, so we had to put it back out and let the people know that it's gathering steam, and we don't see any others coming on board. It's just mainly Leon Bailey and the Saudi deal, nothing else. So it looks like it's more of Saudi. Marlon, big up yourself. Thanks for being here, big boss. Hope all is well with you and the family. Guys, as you're coming in, double tap the screen, and that's how the likes will go up on the actual video. All right? Yes. So we're going to leave the Reggae Boyz to the back end. We're just going to give you the Reggae Girls information. So the Reggae Girls should be playing later. I'm gonna give you the time. I think it says 2 o'clock my time. If you take 6 hours off that, 6 hours off that, you will see it's 8 o'clock, I think. So 8 o'clock Eastern US time, and it should be what, 7 o'clock Jamaica's time. All right, so 7 o'clock Jamaica's time. It should be, so it's, yes, 2 o'clock my time, Eastern time, 6 o'clock, and should be 7 o'clock, 7 p.m. Tonight for Jamaica. They're going up against one of the best teams in the world. All right, I am going to try and give you Jamaica's team. One second. Yes, so I can give you Jamaica's team that they must pick from in order to compete with the United States, which it will be a very good test. Toffee Rudy, big up yourself. Thanks for being here. Massive respect. Lee Young said Bailey should go where he can maximize his earnings. There is still life after football, and you need money. Okay. Okay. Do you think we will hear how much about him if and when he goes to Saudi? We will talk about him, but the extra spotlight, I don't think you're going to have that on him as the others. I think only, we have to say only Ronaldo went there, and it's because he's older why people still talk about him, because they could say, oh, look how old he is and he's still doing this and he's still doing that. You understand me? Yes, that's what I think. 1 second, guys, because I'm not sure if I'm getting, the sun is a little bit too much here, so I might have to go around, because I had an next parking spot with less sun, but I thought that in the parking lot was a lot better, so I said let me just work the parking lot. So give me a second, people. Let me try and get around to see if I can find a better parking spot. Yeah, but for me, as what people say, you can't get both. You can't get both. If you say they want all of that money, the only reason why they are giving you all of that money is solely based off you have to give up your actual career. You understand me? Bless up, Umzo. Thanks for being here. Massive respect, big boss. You get me? It's solely based off you have to give up your career in order to come to them. That's why they do give you so much, because they know that you're giving up a lot, like your whole life and your whole history just to be with them. You understand me? So in that sense, I'm hoping that nobody took that parking spot. Oh no. All right, good. So I'm good because nobody took it, so we can get the shade that I wanted, even though it's not much better, but it's still better than what I had just a while ago. Yeah, so let me get my car in. All right, that should be perfect. All right, that's perfect, people. Thanks. Congratulations to Bailey and his family. What a move. All right. It's a team that got promoted as well. I think don't jump to say that it's going to be only that, all right. I think it might change, maybe someone else jump in and just pay the same fee that is actually bigger. and I'm hoping if that hoping that that's the case, so he can have some competition for places in those teams. You understand me? Oh, there, big up yourself. Thanks for being here. Bailey, to the Camel League. Okay, okay, all right. I don't understand. Okay, they said it switched off. Okay, that makes no sense. Sorry. Let me keep going. All right, so let me just give you the Reggae Girls so we can stay on the actual 23s that we wanted to talk on. All right, the amount of updates I was complaining about the JFF not putting out updates. Well, they have actually put out a lot. All right, so 1 second. All right, I think I should come up on it soon. All right, Jamaica. All right, let me just type it in right here, and that's why I like to Jamaica Reggae Girls. Girls. That's why I like to kind of reshare them so I don't miss the. All right, so Jamaica versus USA versus Jamaica. Female. I did watch the. I did watch the. I did watch the press conference with Den, and what I've noticed that this is going to be what the second back-to-back tournament you don't have the coach. If I'm not JD, you got back 1 second. You got back on the KFC again. No, I'm not on the KFC. Why you think I'm on the KFC? I look bigger or something? I don't know. Butler can do the funniest thing right now and buy Cavaliers. No, no, no. I don't think the pride alone will not let them sell it, but definitely he will have enough money to buy Cavaliers for sure. That is for sure, but I'm not sure that will be the actual case. All right, let me check my WhatsApp because I think it might be easier. But I think the JFF and Simon, both of them post things at a ridiculous rate. You understand me? So I don't know which one is worse. But at this point, I think Simon might be slightly worse on posting. Simon posts a lot more. All right. So Natasha Thomas added to the Reggae Girls squad. All right. Tiffany Cameron added to the Reggae Girls squad. All right. Yes. So let me go back for the squad itself because that was the ones that I've added. Let me see if they put who is out. All right, no, they never placed who was actually out, but I think it will be there. It will be there. Let me just get it up 1 second, people. Yeah, Simon do post things at a ridiculous rate, believe me. Simon posts things at a ridiculous rate. Which that is his job. So I guess he's doing a good job. You understand me? No, crash out. You can't say. I think Simon is doing a very good job as to alert people on what's going on. Remember, it was so bad back then. You couldn't the fan you had no connection with nothing at all. So I can't say Simon. You can't see the point for Simon unless you're talking maybe in a YouTube capacity. I don't know about that either. It's just his workload. If he can manage both of them, I have no problem. I think he's doing a very good job in my opinion. Being more aware and putting out more things. That I do agree on that. I think he's doing very good. All right, so I think this is the Reggae. No, this is the Reggae Boys squad. Where's the Reggae Girls squad? Damn. 1 second, people. All right, this is the Reggae Girls latest squad. I don't know exactly who was actually who dropped out. I need to get that information. I will maybe once we're coming back to do the post match. I will definitely try to provide you guys with that. So you had in this squad Leah Brooks, Sydney Snyder, and Serena Mensah. All right, so we don't have our girl as in the goalkeeping department. Chantel Swaby, Kanya Plummer, Naya Cardoza, I like her, Vivian Sampson, and Alison Swaby. All right, Anglington, um, Soleil Washington, Emilia Van Zatten, um, Adama Locan, Atlanta Primus, Danisha Blackwood, um, McKenna, Rihanna Blades, like her as well. Eales, I like her as well. Definitely talented player. Shaniel Buckley, Cameron Simmons, um, Kalisa Van Zatten, and Jody Brown. And then obviously we have the two that was added to hit. All right, United States squad. I'm gonna try and see if I can find the United States squad so you guys could know the strength. And because sometimes they want to see other players. It's several reasons why people would take games. All right. And I think the United States is still trying to get everything running, every motor running. So when the right time comes back around, they are prepared. All right, that's why top people and top teams always stay on the top, because they have a standard. So they work by that standard at all times. You get me? Yeah. So I think that's what US WNT doing. All right. Rasta. All right. So Rasta. Let me see if I can find the latest one. More likely, I might find the latest one. All right, May 20. All right. So this is the training Rasta. The 23s. This is the 23s. All right. So for June, you have Angelina Anderson from Angel City, Jordan Silko from Bay FC. You have from the defenders, you have Jordan Bog from Seattle Reigns, Lorraine Flynn from Utah Royals, Emily Mason from Seattle Reigns as well, Lily Rio. All right. Okay, this is the U23s. Yeah, because I was saying I'm not seeing any one of the main players, so that's a U23s, guys. All right, let me go for the main roster. The main roster, all right? So this is the main roster, the latest one that I got from May. They said training MIA's USMNT roster for upcoming friendlies. Okay, it is it. JD, you one can't like off all the Brownings. Leave no, I just said I like, when I said I like them, it's just the way they played. Not necessarily I like them because they are Brownings. Alright? Oh my God. Match day Warzone, big of yourself. Thanks for being here. Conrad said, but you like Becky more. Oh my God. I never meant it that way, people. It was all football relations. Nothing else. All right. I figured it out. I realized we're. Oh my God. These guys are something else. 4 starters out for Reggae Girls. All right. So for lies. Lo said lies. Well, I'm telling you what I felt, I don't know what you're saying. All right, so goalkeeper, Claudia Dickey, Mandy Magin, and Tullis Joyce. So that's in the goalkeeping department. Defenders, Kerry Abello, Crystal Dunn, which is one of the main players, Emily Fox, which is one of the main players, Naomi Germa, one of the highest rated players in the world, or one of the highest transferred players in the world, Tara McCoy, Avery Patterson, Emily Sams, and Emily Sonnet. Really like the way she play football. Technical player. She doesn't really use speed much, which she might not have speed. You understand me? Yes. Midfield, Sam Coffey. Good player. Lindsay Eaps. Lindsay Eaps. Yeah. Claire Otten. Labanta. Olivia Moultrie. And Lily Ioannis as the midfielders. All right, so mixture of new invitees with solid players, experienced players. And then Lynn, Michelle Cooper. Ooh, they are finally going for her. All right, Macario and Emma Sears with Saint Noor. Ooh, what the hell? So St. Noor getting our upgrade. Alyssa Thompson and Giselle Thompson. Wow. Okay, okay. So should you say that Jamaica should be competing with this team? What say you guys? Because Jamaica whole team are experienced players for the longest time. Some of these young kids just stepping up from U20s, you know. Yes, they are playing in big leagues. That is true. They're playing in big leagues, but they are very young. They are coming from U20s. Owen says compete with what? Really? But our players are professional players for years. And like Alyssa Thompson, they are young players. St. Noor is under 1920s. You understand me? They are young, tiny human beings. You know? Giselle, the same. They are all young. We have like 7 to 8 U20s in this team. Wow. All right, if we can't compete with them, you know, man, that tells us that United States system is just ridiculously high. You know, because if we have experienced players and they just pick 10 U20s players in the team, you understand me? Um, you said don't underestimate the Jamaicans. I literally just said I think the Jamaicans should compete with them. You know? Yes, I did watch the you know, that's true. Thank So what you're saying that you think that the U20s for United States is better than the Mexican U20s. All right, because you have a very good point, because all of the Mexican girls them are U20s as well. You know, but I kind of subtle on those girls. I kind of like them a lot more than St. Noor them. You know, so I do believe that subtle of them are actually higher players in my level, in my belief, in my judgment. You know, but maybe I'm wrong. But you might be right, Owen, you might be right. Owen says I should compete and get 6. All right. So nobody has so much faith in the team. I'm hoping that they do compete later, because it's not the strongest team for United States, you know. JD, deep down, you know USA team stronger. No, I never actually said USA team is still not stronger, you know. I said compete. Compete means you don't get embarrassed. That's all. That's what I meant when I said compete. I did not say that Jamaica is gonna go toe to toe with them. I just said they are professionals, and they are young, tiny professionals that just walked in, you know. And how can we just say that we're gonna just get embarrassed? You're just gonna always lose 3, 4, 5, 6-0. You know, that just sounds like we are not improving. So my question to ask you guys: have we regressed? We regressed, or you thought that we improved? That's what I want to hear. Conrad said, USA, Billy D. They have so much girls, it's crazy. I know, because we watched these girls dominated young youth leagues, came straight up. And they are very good players, don't get me wrong. They are very good players, but I'm just saying, how can we not even compete with their 20-year-old players? You know, that is sad if we can't compete with a 20-year. If this team battles us, you know, people, we have no chance against the United States, you know. Because this team is a younger team. That's what I meant. That's what I meant in my conversation. This team was a younger team. So if they are going to embarrass us, I think we have regressed very, very much further behind even them, you know, because that does not look real. Stand up, big up yourself. Thanks for being here. Hope all is well. In the know, yes, if we get embarrassed from this team, bad, you know, like over 4, like 5, 6, you know, we have to really start call out some things if that's the case, you know. But let's see before we judge. Of course, we regressed. That's what our revive said. Bless up everyone that's coming in. Yes, we have regressed, in my opinion, simply because of where we were a few years ago, and where Mexico was. Yeah, that's true. We overachieved under Donaldson. Okay. So that means this is where we always were then. and other teams are just improving. Look at the result against Mexico. Be honest, still, Mexico still did run rings around us in the game that we won against Mexico, people. I guess we forgot, So if Mexico had Avali and those girls that scoring a million more goals in today's football, they are just running rings around us the same, but they have finishers now. And obviously they have added players like Soto and those girls. They have added them. So they have just added in the play areas. Mexico just added in the areas where they were actually short, which is the finishing. Yes, JD, do you think Burton doing a good job? I don't know enough to do more research. I think it's looking tough because he ain't getting any results. But maybe his results are different, not on the score sheet, but more on in his game plan and also his backroom stuff. So I maybe have to listen to his press conferences a lot more. I listened to the last one, and he was very much blunt and straightforward. I do like that. Neil goes to big up himself. Thanks for being here. JD, all right. Boss Thomas says, I think Danaso would still have set up the team to be harder to beat, even with these same players. That is true. That is true. Top of the morning, Nunes, hope all is well with you and the family, all right? Yeah, man. Continue being a real one in the platform, all right? Love that, love that. Boss Thomas, I don't know why I have not made you. All right, so let me put that. Yeah, so girls, go there and do your best. I will be rooting for you. I will rewatch the game and then put it in my of course, big up yourself, thanks for being here. And then put it in my breakdown for tomorrow, I think. Yeah, I'm going to miss both Nigeria and Jamaica, so even the early game I will be missing that one, which Nigeria will be starting at 5. I will be busy at 5, so that's the case. So let me know before we finish off at 1, because we're gonna go straight back on Reggae Boyz. What you expect the scoreline to be, people. And if you just come in, what you need to do, guys, double tap the screen and it will automatically light the video. If you want it to light the video, but you can't find the light button because this is a different version video I'm using. All right. Odell says 3-1 USA. He's okay with 3-1. All right, love that, love that, love that. Jamaica needs just copy Mexico. As what my brethren always said before the game, you have to live the same thing you want to play. And I don't see we live the same lifestyle as to what we want to play. And the Mexicans them really take this thing ridiculously serious. So I don't know when Jamaica would have actually got that system and got that overall infrastructure in the country to play football like what Mexico does. It's going to take a long time. Tougher Rudy, big up yourself. Thanks for being here. All right. Yeah, man. A lot of people don't know that you have to double tap the screen to like the video. And that's why sometimes you have to remind them. Yeah. Claudine said, Imaxit, is Maya included? No, I never saw Maya. I'm surprised that they never really go that level. Like I put a few more of these girls in, but maybe in the future they're going to do so, maybe trying to steady the ship, try to get some more wins or get some more solid performances under their belts, and then they kind of upgrade it after a period of time, which I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. All right, so let me go back to the Reggae Boyz. So once you're rewatching this video, people, please give me your predictions on the Reggae Girls versus USWNT, one of the best teams in the world. Always among the top 5 best teams in the world. Rarely dropped out of the top 5. Yeah. So they are really going up against a talented, at least franchise. Put it that way. Yeah, because this is not the actual team that they had, or the level of strength team that they would have normally put out, So maybe they are working on some other things, looking for maybe a breakthrough striker, because they had strikers retired and stuff. So they are looking for all of those things. I'm looking for a better performance and structural setup defensively. All right, thank you. All right, David J said, I want to see the Jamaican young ballers step up in performance, make the team and give good results. All right, yes, but definitely when they're going up against United States, I don't even think that they bother look for like if they're gonna win or not. You understand me? I think they're just looking at maybe the things that they're working on. And like the last time I saw Donaldson played United States, and he pretty much gave up the game before it actually starts. Which is ridiculous. I don't really like that mentality still, but I understand him being a realist and saying that listen to me, I'm gonna strategize for the games. And that's where my argument came in for Reggae Boyz. All right, because that's how we said suited 23. All right, yes. Johnny Power, big up yourself. Conrad, big up yourself. Massive respect. Um, where's Bunny Shaw? This year, Bunny Shaw's time was plagued with injuries. Plagued with injuries. So if she's not here, I don't think it's even something to pressure her on. Because majority of the year for Manchester City, she wasn't there. Big up yourself, Jess Guna, Dirty Harry. No, Bunny Shaw is not on the team based on the list that I have here. And even the additions, we don't have Bunny Shaw on the other additions. And to be honest, I don't think she needs to come because she was out for a while for Manchester City. So let you take her time recover and let you stay at our club. Because remember, we don't have the things them to help the players them. So with our top players, we should always leave them at their clubs. Their clubs have unlimited money. So let them stay there and get themselves right, you know. It's so nice they consider us, but isn't going to be easy task. Probably 6-0. Oh my God. Wow. J Premier League should give an extra point if a team makes more than 250 passes. All right, I'm not gonna get into that unnecessary war about the Jamaica Premier League. All right. So yeah, she's not there. But let's give them an opportunity. Let's give them an opportunity to see because look, we just watched the Unity Cup. We never had certain players and we thought it was a waste of time, which it could still be as it relates to what is at hand. But I think, in my opinion, I thought that we still found a few players. Because we found Burrell, in my opinion. We saw more from Kaim Dixon. And definitely a lot of people saw, including myself, saw difference from Cephas because nobody believed that Cephas could have held his head up. It was like impossible because we never saw it before. I've watched him at his club. I've watched him for Jamaica national team. I heard people making up stories about Cephas and how much good games he had done for Jamaica. No, Cephas barely had good games for Jamaica. I am not a recency bias person, people. I've watched all of his game, and almost every game we came off the field complaining about Cephas. So we learned that he can actually learn to hold his head up and do normal things. Because every game, it doesn't matter how excited you look at him with his speed, you have the same complaint about him and his deficiencies. I can't believe how people try to just erase what reality was. You understand me? Yes, so it is shocking, but now I realize that we as Jamaicans just stuck on recency bias, nothing else, nothing else. Nobody go back to history. Nothing means history means nothing in Jamaica space. Believe me. So at this point, Cephas is the greatest thing because he played in the Unity Cup. Believe me. All right, which I can agree that he has improved based on people talking to him, and I love that because the Unity Cup, I use the time to get more people in his ears and he learns a lot more. You understand me? So it turns out not so much of a waste of time because these people became part of our team more than fringe. Because before going into this tournament, Cephas was a fringe player. He was, if that's why I'm telling you, oh, people just use the recency bias, before coming in this, Cephas was a French player, and we were saying that Madasil and those guys might can come in. Tyrese coming in, could come in for Cephas. And now, after the tournament finished, everybody acted like they weren't saying these same things. And I'm just laughing, and I said, okay, wow. This is how people oh wow. The internet is undefeated, you know, man. Damn. Let me give Declan said I have been watching CFAS live from Arnett days, and the main reason people cuss in the national team and because he's threatening their favorite ballers. No, no, yeah, that is a lie, man. That is not true. But I can give you your credit to say that you always was I and CFAS. That is true. Um, um, Dockland was always Iron Cephas. So Dockland was not one of the persons that was saying that Cephas was on the fringe. Dockland always said he should have gotten a chance and all of those things. All right? Yes. So I am okay with Dockland taking all the credits. Low said, JD, a lot of players who said no to Unity Cup call up. Feel away now. Yes, it was better. It was, and it's not them turning down any Unity Cup. They have to play their they have to play for their clubs because it's more important. Yes. Real talk, and JD, anyhow him make one mistake or don't score a crucial goal, them are gonna cost him. Yes, believe me, because even in the last game, I can understand the hype for Cephas 2 crosses and the assists, but believe me, this frustration for Cephas was there just the same. Just as how he made those ones, right after he went back to dropping his head and doing all sorts of madness after. He could have gotten even more assists if he just stuck to the actual game plan. You understand me? And just do what works for him. So I think he's going to always be a stressed out type player that you don't know what to get from him. None at all. And that is just the reality. If you watch the game with an unbiased eye, you can just see the truth. You know, so we are hoping for the best and more consistency from him, but definitely he's an inconsistent player. You know, yes, that's what I do see from him. You know, but I'm hoping that we get more, because now people talking about him in front of Damara Gray. So now he has to live up to Damara Gray, because remember, Damara Gray is one of the most consistent players in Jamaica's team. One of the most consistent player. Losing the ball he doesn't do. Retention is the best retention player in the team, and he puts in goals and assists more than everybody else per game. Remember, that's a player that you guys said should not come in the team and should not even come back. I have heard even people say he should not even come back at all. Cephas is playing just like how Henry used to play before he became a monster. No, Dockland, don't disrespect Henry. Henry controlling ability and poise. Never do that, Dockland. Henry, Dockland, stop, just stop, brother. Just stop. All right, we can give our ballers respect, but goddamn, Dockland, Dockland, please. Stop the Auckland. Listen to me, Auckland. You see, you could have called any other baller, you know. But remember, I'm watching this baller for decades now, you know. Please, Auckland, don't do it. All right, give your baller respect. I can say it because I have watched him hit my boss. No, I have watched him as well. Remember, you know, Henry is my player, you know, but no, Cephas is not like Henry, brother. Cephas is more like Theo Walcott, Aaron Lennon type of player. I think those are the perfect analogy for Cephas. Giovenco for Arsenal would be the perfect one. The one that you would say had the Giovenco from Ivory Coast he was from. That would be the perfect guy you should compare with Cephas, because his controlling wasn't the best and speed was his main attribute, and he could play winger, striker. All right, and then you could, I think Aaron Leonard and Theo Walcott was slightly more better players with controlling. Slightly, they still have controlling issues, but slightly more better. You get me? Gervinho, yeah, Gervinho, yes. Not Gervinho, not that Italian. It was an Italian name I called. Sorry about that. Yeah, Gervinho would be the perfect comparison for Cephas. Perfect comparison for Cephas. The perfect comparison for Cephas. The same identical player, one just played at a higher level. Let me know if people agreed on that statement. Yes. Gervinho from Ivory Coast. Yes, that same dude that played for Arsenal. Because I was watching a lot of Arsenal games, people. You know, he saw that I'm not an Arsenal hater. All right, I'm not an Arsenal hater, people. Dre Anyweather, Sport, big up yourself. Thanks for being here. Chorus in and know, big up yourself. All right, let me know if you agree on that. Big boss, let me know if you agree on that. On those comparisons. Duckland, let me know if you agree on that. Because I think that is the more accurate comparisons. I think Gervinho is the identical player because his upper body strength was better than Tia Walcott and Aralena. Aralena was shorter. He had the good strength as well, you know. But I wanted to match Gervinho with him. Let me know. I want to hear, because now we're going to know who watching football for a long time. You know? Please see us players like Cafu. Cafu is no, that's not Gene Dean, Afro-Asian Jamaican. Big up yourself, RR. Thanks for being here. Everyone's go back and watch Henry. No, you don't need to tell me. I've watched Henry from almost every game, from everywhere. It's my player, and I said I've watched him everywhere. I'm telling you, Henry always had control and technique. Always. He usually dropped his shoulder. That is true. But controlling was always his first ability. I'm telling you. That's why he never dropped off when he went to Barcelona. He just said, okay, when the coach told me not to use so much pace and drop myself back and be a part of the game, I started to use my technical ability. So Henry always was a technical player. Always. It was never any other way. Henry is the worst comparison, believe me. Cephas ain't nothing like Thierry Henry. Believe me, Thierry Henry was always a speed player, but always a controlled speed player. That's why he was always so devastating. The comparison is not even real. Who cares what Gray did in the past? him should go on the Ross bench. That's what Chevy says. Perfect match. Just like that Arsenal African player. Thank you, Sean Nice. You see it? Honesty, man. Gervinho was the Cephas played. Drop his shoulder, tried to run around the player. When he got an assist from just passing the ball, he goes back to just drop his shoulder, try to go back around the player again. That is exactly how I saw them played. Coaches know he will lose the ball at times, but live with it for the couple moments he get it right and the threat. Yeah. Arnie himself disagree with you. All right. I'm just saying it's not the same player. I think you should use the ones them that we used just a while ago, sir. All right. So people rewatching did see. What you're seeing from Cephas is Arnie old days. Go back and watch it from Monaco. Or it's more Gervinho of Arsenal. Go and watch Gervinho from Arsenal. So Monaco, Arnie, or Gervinho, or Walcott and Aaron Lennon. Use those three players. And Jason Guna used Traore. You can use Traore as well in the conversation. So we got what? We got 5 players in total for you. 5 players in total for you to check. All right. Jason Guna, I don't know what Duckland talking about touches. The man was actually the poster boy for touch play football from he's a kid. So I'm surprised that it looked like he never watched the man documentary, you know, but it's okay. Look at Mo Salah. You check how many times he loses the ball. But Mo Salah's controlling and dribbling ability is next level. So you're talking about people's close controlling ability. It's not the same. Just stop, no man. Stop making up stories, no man. All right. I don't know why am I arguing this point. Some aspect of Doku, even Doku, but Doku's close controlling dribbling is not comparable. Doku will push it straight on your foot and pass you every time. That's why his succession rate is so incredible, because his actual controlling is very good. But you're just talking about a player with speed only, period. It's the controlling is nowhere. If he had the controlling like those dudes, I would think that he might just be better than Leon Bailey. If he had the control like those dudes, he would be in the Premier League or somewhere top level. I am forced to tell the people the truth because many don't watch the football on that level. But I've watched it and a lot of people inside the chat watched it and I tell you, say, them not agree with what you're saying. So maybe you're just watching it from behind your couch, not on your couch. Martin, big of yourself, thanks for being here. Because he's acting like he's this aficionado of the greatest eyeballs back in the 20th centuries. We said we were watching it, we gave you our proof. Bad mind, what Bailey do you? Wizard says, bad mind, what Bailey do you? I said if Cephas had the dribbling ability and close control, he might be better than Leon Bailey. You never may know where he would have reached because his speed is good. So what bad mind come into this? I was the one talking so good of Leon Bailey in this video. So why you so bad mind you come here? The man said, my bad mind. Leon Bailey. People, we should not love the baller him so much, you know. They're all Jamaican ballers, you know. They're all Jamaican ballers. I'm just giving you some positives to the player and saying if he had the close control dribbling, he would have might be in the Premier League or might be in the Championship or something. His career would have turned out way better. That's all I'm saying. So I'm saying that he has deficiencies. That's all. You know, I was not trying to fight against Leon Bailey. God damn. Guys, we have 100 likes on the video. Let me try and make it 150 before it finishes. We have 20 more minutes to go. Double tap the screen and you can get the likes up on it. Corey said he agrees. Just hope Cephas gets behind better and learn each day. Yes, and I would love that. So we'll keep on watching him and keep on being honest. JD, mind them come for you? No, but I was talking good about Leon Bailey yesterday and today. So I don't know. No Jamaican baller no better than, but Wizard, I might agree with you because I said that yesterday. So you come and tell me I'm a bad mind the baller, and so you see there's a make-up story about me now. I never tried to bad mind Leon Bailey people. I just said if Cephas had these skills, you never may know where you would have reached. It's an next Jamaican baller. So why we can't just say what we see and give our expertise on it? Oh my God. Alright, I'm very sorry, people. If Cephas had the controlling ability and the close control dribbling ability, he could reach the Premier League. I'm very sorry to mention the next baller, because every time I talk good, nobody said anything. And then the one time I just mentioned him in comparison with someone else, one of the Leon Bailey, what you call him? Pillow man. Wizard says, listen to me, bad mind boy. What I call it the boss name for? Yo, so people, no, every time you talk, you call Bailey name. Stop it. Cephas control is not as bad as you paint it. Okay, alright, fair. I think he's the only player I saw miscontrol, just don't control a ball in 3 back-to-back games. Can you agree that is the truth? And he's the only player, no, not the only, but he's the most frequent miscontrolled football player on the whole Jamaica team. Be honest to yourself. Be honest to yourself. Because I can just build a video, you know, and don't post it and just show you and put it in my Discord. You understand me? So let me not lie. We can praise the player for what he did. But at the same time, let we not avoid the truth. And that is where I will never be uncertain playing with other people. I can give the people and praise, but I can just tell the truth. Because people, you can just turn on the video and start the video. And you see first, the first two ball, he put his foot up and the ball just go on his foot. Literally go on his foot. And then the third ball just bounced off. And you can just go to St. Vincent again, and you saw him just trying to control the ball. It bounced off his foot. And then he tried one, he just run past the player, run past him. So, brother, it's not we putting down the player, brother. We can just tell the truth, and we can give him his credit. It's like you want me to come here and say he's a world-class person. Come on, man. That is what I can't stand with the Dockland. The elitist society just believe that whatever they said, it should just be that and done. And I am a football person. I talk football. I don't have any animosity with all players. Yeah, just give him a big comparison with Liam Bailey. But I'm just saying, it's there, brother. So let we not lie. Let we not lie. I think most people don't realize that because we want him to get better. Yes, but that's what we're talking about. You know, but the man like him want we just say, oh, the man better than Liam Bailey. No, I am not going to say that because that is not the truth. You understand me? That is not the truth. All right, and nobody believes that. All right, Dockland. JD is saying the player is a work. Yeah, it's very simple. If people think that I'm a hater, it just tells me how much their comprehension skills are. You know, which is very low. That would be because I am telling you how good the player could have been if he adds those things to his game. So if he keeps on improving and do what we say he should be doing, we're gonna just see him at a higher level. You know, so I don't know what's up with Dockland losing his brains. You know. Because I just reminded him, Dockland, you can just go in every game. And if he had showed me sublime control ability, I couldn't come here and said, I think that controlling is a poor part of his game. You understand me? So, Dockland, if they call it as it is, brother, man. You know what, Dockland? When I can see Dockland say something bad about the same player that he's praising, and most of these people, I thought that I want to see how honest they are. It's like they have to just praise, and they can't call out both sides. So you think Cephas has more miscontrol than Bailey in the Reggae Boyz team? Yes, even though he played less games. And you could say that Bailey is the next one behind him with more miscontrols. That is true. But yes, Cephas has more blatant, just not aware miscontrols. But I agree that Liam Bailey has a lot of miscontrols in the team. That is definitely true. And nobody hiding it. Look how we can praise Bailey, but just say the truth as well. So why you can't just say the truth, brother? It's like you have to say the truth by tying it to somebody else. Boy, Dockland, the check from Cephas fat. We all know that is not true. Bailey has way more. Oh my God. No. People, Dockland, the check fat from Cephas. Oh, Marco said, no. Boza has more than all of them. No, but I think both. No, man. Liam Bailey miscontrols them bad in the team. Just like how we talk about Cephas. Yes, you can say that Liam Bailey. Yeah, I don't know if it's not being alert out on the wing or something made them do these things, because I think that his touches look completely different in the Premier League. Sometimes it push off, don't get me wrong, you know, but I think he has better touches in the Premier League. You understand me? Dockland, out here fighting. Okay, Dockland, you're gonna clutch on all those. Dockland, you know what the problem is now? You guys use recency bias to put him over everybody. Well, recency bias will make people see is over Boza and Bailey because they never played last time. All right, yes. So anyways, the suited best 23s, people. We have what? We have like we have a few more minutes to go. All right. Look. Yes, he control. Look, I saw that means the feel have a lot to do with how people plays, you know. You understand me? The feel has a lot to do with how people plays. JD, what time? The 23, they said 11 o'clock. So 11 o'clock supposed to be 5 o'clock my time. So that means in 2 hours time, the squad should be dropped. All right. So what is the best suited 23? What is the best suited 23? What is the best suit is 23 that you're looking at for these two upcoming games, BVI and Guatemala. You think that it's just anybody you put on the field, or you think that you should pick according to the opponents that you're going to be facing? Let me know. Or you're just saying that fling the same players them that you used in the Unity Cup. Let me hear what people have to say. And guys, we only have 30 more minutes. We still have 40 more likes to go to reach 150. Yes, JD, let's pick the team before the squad announcement. No, I ask a question. Listening. Duckland, listening. Look like you play too much boxing and get too much thump up the head side. You know, you get too much punch up the head side. Listening is essential. I said, what should be the approach? What should be the approach? What should be the approach? What team you should look at? Duckland. So let me slow it down for you. Make it hear, because you're just fighting for no reason. Look at them punch up the head side a lot of times. Yes, he has boxing gloves, people. He has boxing gloves and threaten me every single week. So he gets a lot of look like he gets a lot of thump up his inside, you know. I'm at training while typing. Okay. You see, people? Yes, he gets a lot of punch in his inside at the training, you know. Yes, so I'm just saying what approach, because what I want people to do is to know that coaches look at football different from viewers. All right. Don't look at the opponent, just pick your team. Okay, Jason Guna. Well, I wanted to go to the people training session and say it's just a pick a team, you know, and see if one of the fastest you get fired. All right. We must try full up the side for goal difference. Okay. So let's put as much forward players. Thank you, truth. I think the coach will do that and change the keeper and maybe some out the defense, because we let in 4. Yes, so talk to them, JD. Yeah, I'm trying to explain to them that football goes a little bit different, you know. The same team we play in the cup. So remember, Nigeria is a different team from BVI and Guatemala. Guatemala is not a speed team. They are more of a technical team. Meaning don't say it is BVI and pick a team, okay, based on that alone. Think about the Guatemala. Okay, but that's what I'm saying, Jason. But you jump up and said just throw the team. No. I think the coach will pick team around for BVI and Guatemala, you know, because you have to plan for the games. You can't just say Jamaica is not at the level that you just pick anybody and go and play anybody. You understand me? You have to pick according to the opposition. So you have to pick high energy players, high motor players, not players that will be tired in quick succession, like 2, 3, 4 sprints. So you could see the people that we would say that's not fit don't get selected, because Guatemala will keep on running. The one thing about Guatemala and those Central American teams, they definitely keep running. Keep running. I understand you, Mark O, but all of the players have been in the team aside from Madasil and Borrell. And Borrell got 2 games. You understand me? So everyone has a taste of that. So you still can pick a guy. So for instance, Liam Bailey comes in and a guy comes out for Liam Bailey and Damara Gray. You understand me? Or in midfield, Daniel Johnson comes in and someone else comes out. You understand me? All of those things can happen. So for me, I think you could see Ravel in the team. Because I think that Guatemala, you need to have someone that is sharp on the half turn and treading those passes. You understand me? Because they don't give you so much time on the gaps. And that's why the last time Jamaica played them with our full strength team, we struggled. To win against them. It was 1-0. Amari Bell finished off that goal. All right. We struggled to break them down because that they can compact at halfway line because they don't use speed. They hold their line very well. So if you can't hold your line good, so that's why Burrell will be an essential player towards it, because he leads the lines them good. His cutters are very good and he can break offside chops. Not saying Mikel Antonio couldn't or Boza couldn't, but I like what I saw from Borrell. I think he offers a good replacement to all of those things. So Borrell will be essential towards that. Leon Bailey will be essential towards that. Damara Gray will be essential towards that, especially against Guatemala. Damara Gray will be key towards that. Damara Gray will be key towards that. So if you see Damara Gray starts as a winger over Cephas and they have an attacking midfielder, don't be surprised. Because it's a style of play and not necessarily nobody fighting against anybody. But against BVI, I expect Cephas to start. But against Guatemala, I think you might see him go for more retention and composed players a lot more. So don't be surprised. Watch and see it works out. That's what I wanted to bring to people so they can look at the football from a coaching or a football education standpoint. It's that you don't just pick teams solely based off, oh, this man performed good the last game, so he has to play in the next game. No. That's not how it goes. Everyone has strengths and weaknesses, and you look at the strengths and weaknesses of the players and then work with that accordingly. That's all I'm saying. JD, I can bet any money that he will go for experience. Yes, yeah. But Marco, but the same experienced players are the players them that I'm talking about. But I'm saying it's not just experience, but based on the skill sets them that's required to cut through that team. You understand? So obviously experience is counted as well, but also the skill sets. You understand me? Let me know if you understand. Truth or Truth said I disagree. I think it goes next way. Okay. Truth or Truth said it goes just through the next team in every game. Boy, oh boy. All right. That just seems like I wouldn't want that coach. That means if the coach thinks like that, he should be fired. In 2025, football don't work like that. You have to plan for every team. You just don't send teams out there and said, let me see how it works out in the blood. Let me see how it works out in the blood. You're in problem. Good morning, Omar Henry. How you doing, man? I don't know why you're not getting notifications. You know, Low said, JD, we need a team and a B team. I think you have to have a solid main set of 11 players, but you still have players that can jump in that are actually 11 players as well. Because when you look at a condition for a next team, it might require the next person that you think is the 1B to the 1A. You understand me? So that's how you have to look at football, people. So this coming out and, yo, this man off a start and, brother, it's tough. I can't look at football like that. And that's so pretty much I'm trying to say to you, it is not about me hating any player. It is about me maybe having more football in education. So my attitude towards certain things don't go as how you are looking at it and expect me to agree with you. I can't agree with you all the time. And that me I say, I'm saying Cephas won't be effective against a low block team. He's better against a Guatemala. Okay, fair enough. Fair. Oh, you're saying, but okay. Okay, fair. Thanks for that. Thanks for the correction, big boss. So maybe, you're looking at it, but that means you have to look at the midfielder is important as well, because somebody need to let him loose with that compact team, with the close spacing and stuff. You know what I mean? Yeah. What Cephas do in the Unity Cup, he can't do against any of the teams in the Gold Cup. No, he can do it. He can do it against other teams in the Gold Cup, man. But he has to be set up a lot more in the Gold Cup. And remember, the fields are not the same quality, you know. Even though in the Gold Cup it's going to be good, but in the World Cup qualifiers, unstoppable, big up yourself, it's not going to be the same quality in the World Cup qualifiers, but in the Gold Cup it might be similar quality. But in the World Cup qualifiers, it's not going to be the same quality whatsoever. Not at all. You understand me? So that will play a significant role, because we're talking about the midfield and how we're playing. Believe me, when that time comes, Dimax, big up yourself, thanks for being here. When that time comes, though, that same midfield won't look the same way. So the same shredded passes them that you're seeing, believe me, it ain't going to come off the same. You understand me? We have to play on the national field. Those passes ain't working. Those passes ain't working, blood. All right, so we have to improvise. So people, you have to take time with the players. They look better on English pitches because yeah, Damien Dash, Guatemala can play in a low block, but they are not going to always play in a low block. They're going to still half press Jamaica when they're on the counter and have their forward pinning back or centre backs them. But they will drop deeper at times as well. They are not going to stuck like Nigeria, just not respecting Jamaica. That's not going to work. JD, if you are a good player, you play on any field. And no. Travis, if you're a good player, no, Travis, you have good players that has deficiencies. So you can't say you make every field. You understand me? You can't make every single field. I understand what you're saying, Travis. But no, you don't play it you can't do that. Because if a man rely on speed and quick touches and he's not the greatest overall player, he can struggle on certain pitches, you know. So don't blame the players if they don't look the same in midfield as how they look on the next pitch. At least they prove to you that if you get good feel, they can roll the ladder the right way or you want it. CFAS could work with low block if you have a good midfielder. Thank you, Marco. But also a good feel as well. Because those passes to get through, you don't want anything holding it back. You understand me? Yes. So people, one more comment and then we're done. Bless up Jerome, massive respect. Yeah, man. People, 25 more likes on the video. I will reach the 150. Yeah, man, massive respect. So people, we're not going to come back until I think tomorrow. We're going to miss the Nigeria game because tomorrow I have to run out early and I am going to be busy the whole day. The whole day. Yes, and I have to get up from 4 o'clock and I'm not sleeping any at all. All right? Yes. So that's why I can't do the game. All right? So take care and see you in the next one. Bye-bye, people.